Okay. So what we have done till now, I discussed with you the acidic character. Okay. Acidic character we discussed, and the reaction with ammonia we were doing last one. Let me start with the ammonia only. Reaction with ammonia I'm going to start. I told you acid and base, they will combine together to make the salt, and they will react together. There's a formation of salt. Let me just, okay, just see the reaction here. We have done this one yesterday. R, C, double bond O and OH. It is carboxylic acid. Okay, it is carboxylic acid. R, C, double bond O and OH. We are going to react this one with ammonia, NH3. So they will combine to make the salt, RC double bond O, ONH4. It is negative here, positive here. And if further we are going to heat, this one, then I told you the water molecule will move out. We are going to heat, then we are going to get the amide, C double bond ONH2. Water molecule move out and amide we are going to get. One more example I will take of benzoic acid, C double bond O and OH. It is benzoic acid. I'm going to treat this one with the ammonia, NH3. Suppose above arrow, it is written heat. Okay, then you need not to make the first step. You can directly make the amide. But just for the explanation, I'm going to write down both of them. In first case, they will just combine. There is a formation of salt. I'm going to just make a salt here. C double bond O, oxygen, and NH4, negative and positive. Further, we are going to heat. Water molecule will move out and we'll get the benzamide. C double bond O and NH2. There will be a formation of benzamide. This one we have done. Now I will just move to Kolb's electrolysis. We started. Next one we started with a Kolb's electrolysis. Okay, decarboxylation. I told you this is your reaction with ammonia. The next one we done is decarboxylation. Decarboxylation. I told you decarboxylation means removal of carbon dioxide. In plus one also we have done. Decarboxylation means removal of carbon dioxide. How we are going to just do this one? We are going to treat the sodium salt of fatty acid, or sodium salt of carboxylic acid, basically like RC double bond O, OH is carboxylic acid. First I'm going to convert this one into its sodium salt. So for that I'm going to treat this one with the sodium hydroxide. So water molecule will move out from here and we will get RC double bond O, ONA. It is sodium salt of acetic acid. Then this one sodium salt, RC double bond O, ONA. We are going to treat this one with the soda lime, that is your NaOH, sodium hydroxide, and calcium oxide, CaO. This calcium oxide is going to act as your dehydrating agent, already told. From here, Na2CO3 will move out. We will get the RH plus we are going to get the Na2CO3. Hydrocarbon will be formed and product is formed. That is your decarboxylation. After decarboxylation, I hope so you are getting this one. Okay. After decarboxylation, we started with our Kolb's electrolysis. I told you in the beginning we have done Kolb's reaction. That is not Kolb's. Kolb's reaction was to convert phenol to the salicylic acid. I am writing first Kolb's reaction. Okay. Kolb's. First I am going to write down Kolb's reaction. What was the Kolb's reaction? Kolb's reaction, we converted. Here we have the phenol and we reacted this one with the carbon dioxide. Full reaction I am not going to write down, and there is a formation of salicylic acid. This was your Kolb's reaction. Here what we are going to do, we are going to do Kolb's electrolysis. Let me write down here for you, Kolb's electrolysis. Kolb's electrolysis. It's different, okay? In +1 done, let me repeat again. Kolb electrolysis. We are going to take sodium aqueous solution of sodium or potassium salt, and then we are going to do the electrolysis and product we are going to get. So I'm going to just represent in a form of mechanism. So please be in focus on board, and if some questions are there, then you can ask. I'm going to take CH3COONA. It is sodium acetate. In aqueous medium, when I'm going to dissolve it, it will break to give acetate ion, CH3, C double bond O, oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative charge, plus I will get here Na positive. In aqueous medium, it will ionize to give acetate ions and sodium ions. 6 electrons to pair to already there, and sodium will give its one more electron, so it will have negative charge because now it's got one extra electron. And water is also present, H2O. Water will also ionize, it's also a weak electrolyte, ionize to give H positive and OH negative, aqueous medium. Now what we are going to do when we are going to do the electrolysis, okay? Electrolysis means I'm going to put one rod here. This must be present in a container. In this container, one metal rod I'm going to place on this side, and what metal rod I'm going to place on this side. And we are going to pass the electricity. We are going to pass the electricity from it, okay? Electricity from it. So reaction will take place at the anode and cathode. We are going to pass electricity from this solution. Need a space, okay? We are going to pass the electricity means we are going to do the electrolysis. So what will happen at anode? See here, at anode. Just keep in mind, from A, keep in mind anion. Okay, towards anode, anions will go. Towards anode, anions will go. So here we have the anion. It is your CH3, C double bond O, oxygen, negative charge. So at anode, anions will go, and at anode, always oxidation will take place. Okay, at anode, always oxidation will take place. So oxidation is going to happen. Oxidation means loss of electron. So here there will be a loss of electron. It will be CH3, C double bond O, oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus electron. Oxidation take place. Okay, one electron will be lost. So it will get a 5, and there will be no charge. Negative charge will be neutralized. In second step, C double bond O, oxygen, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Homolysis will take place here. 2 molecules we are going to take of this one. 2 molecules we are going to take. You can start from the 2 molecules in the beginning. So what will happen? Homolysis will take place here. One odd electron is here, one odd electron is here. When homolytical cleavage take place, then equal distribution, one odd electron will be here, one odd electron will be here, one odd electron here, one odd electron here. They will combine together to make carbon dioxide. And CH3 odd, they will combine together to make, here we'll get the C2H6 plus here we'll get the 2 molecules of carbon dioxide. So there is a formation of C2H6 plus 2 molecules of carbon dioxide. This reaction at cathode, what is going to happen? At cathode, cations will move. Okay, cations we are having Na positive and OH negative. Na positive and H positive. So H positive is going to discharge H positive electron. It will gain H2. I'm going to write down here 2. I'm going to write down here H2. So now what is left in a solution? Here this thing discharged. Okay, this H is also discharged. We are left in a solution Na positive and OH negative. In solution they will combine together to make NaOH. So overall reaction I'm going to write down. Just see here. It will be 2 molecules of CH3 COOH acetic acid, 2 molecules plus H2O aqueous medium. And here we are going to do the electrolysis. Okay, electrolysis we are going to do means we are going to pass the current. After passing the current, here I will get CH3 means C2H6 plus we are going to get the H2 this hydrogen gas, plus we are going to get the NaOH. Na and OH will combine together to make the NaOH, plus we are going to get the 2 molecules of carbon dioxide. 2 molecules of carbon dioxide. So this is basically your Kolb's reaction. This is basically your Kolb's reaction, or we call it not Kolb's reaction, sorry. This is basically Kolb's electrolysis. This is Kolb's electrolysis. From sodium salt or potassium salt, we are going to pass the electric current and we are going to get the product. If you will see here, this one CH3 C double bond O, this is alkyl group here, CH3. It's okay if you understood that, fine. This alkyl group is here. The alkane we are getting, it is alkane only, that contain double the number. CH3 is there, the 2 CH3 we are going to get. Suppose it is C2H5 is there, then we are going to get a butane, double the number of alkyl group that we are going to get here. So I will move to next one. Before that, any questions here, please ask. Kolb's reaction. Any questions, please? Amit? Okay. Let me continue. I'm hoping no one is having a question. So, okay. This Kolb's reaction, okay. Next one I'm going to do, that is your next type of reactions we are going to do. Substituted reaction by the hydrocarbon part. Next type of reaction. We're done with acidic one like this only. Okay. So this last type of reaction is substituted reaction in hydrocarbon part. Substituted. Just 1 minute. Substitution a reaction in hydrocarbon part. In hydrocarbon part. Well, right now we are doing with the carboxylic acid part, COOH1. Now substitution will take place in hydrocarbon part. That is previous to that one, RCOOH2. R part we are going to discuss now, substitution in that one. And under this very, very important reaction is your HEL. It is your Vollard-Zelinsky reaction that we are going to do, that we called as our HEL-Vollard-Zelinsky reaction, or simply we called as HVZ reaction. Naming reaction used to come in exams. Okay, so important one is the name of the reaction, HEL-Vollard-Zelinsky reaction or HVZ reaction. HEL-Vollard-Zelinsky or HVZ reaction. This reaction we are going to do. What is this HEL-Vollard-Zelinsky reaction? The COOH group, which contain the alpha hydrogen must be there. On treatment with the chlorine or bromine in the presence of small amount of red phosphorus, we are needing a red phosphorus, gives alpha halo carboxylic acids. It will give alpha halo carboxylic acids. Alpha halo carboxylic acid. Second thing, COOH group, that is carboxylic group, must contain alpha. Well, next to this one must contain alpha. Third thing, must have chlorine or bromine, Cl2 or bromine. They will react together. Then alpha hydrogen that is replaced by the halogen. And fourth condition, it takes place in the presence of red phosphorus. So, excuse me, I'm repeating again, COH group with an alpha hydrogen. Okay, carboxylic acid with an alpha hydrogen. Alpha hydrogen obviously carbonyl carbon say next carbon we called as alpha. So here COOH group next to this one that we called as alpha. Okay, COOH group next to this one that we called as alpha. So CH group with an alpha hydrogen on treatment with the chlorine or bromine, we are going to treat with chlorine bromine. This time replacement will take place on alpha hydrogen, and this will take place in the presence of red phosphorus. Very, very important. Let me write down reaction for you. I'm going to write down like CH to this hydrogen. I am going to represent it separately. C double bond O and OH. It is carboxylic acid. This carboxylic acid and this carbon next to this carbon we called as alpha carbon. This is alpha. Here we have the hydrogen. This we called as your alpha hydrogen. So for Helvallod-Zelinsky reaction, we are needing alpha hydrogen, and substitution will take place with the alpha hydrogen. Now I'm going to treat this one with the Br2, or you can treat with the Cl2, and reaction take place in the presence of red phosphorus. Red phosphorus. Okay, we have three phosphorus: red, white, and black. White phosphorus is poisonous. Red phosphorus basically used as one of the component in the matchsticks. There we are going to use it. Ignition temperature is low. Then what is going to happen? Generally, we are replacing this one OH group, but in the presence of red phosphorus, this OH will not replace. This hydrogen is going to replace. So what we are going to get? I am going to get here CH2. Here I will get the Br. Here I will get C double bond O, and here I will get the OH. Here I will get the OH plus HBr will be the side product. This thing can continue. I can again react this one. It will be your CH2. Here I will get the Br. Here I will get C double bond O and OH plus here I will get the Br2. Second molecule now. Second molecule now again take place with the red phosphorus. So one more hydrogen I can replace. So I'm going to write down here CH. Here I'm going to write down Br and C double bond O and OH. You can continue. Third also you can replace. So this reaction we called as your Helvallod-Zelinsky reaction. What is the importance of this reaction? Here replacement of OH is not going to happen. OH is not converting. Okay, conversion of alpha hydrogen is taking place. Here it is alpha and it will replace. Replacement of alpha is going to take place, and it will take place in the presence of red phosphorus. Further I will go. Please ask questions, please. Paras.
Yes, sir.
Good
Sir,
morning,
it is
Paras.
clear.
It is clear. Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good
Yes.
morning. Okay. Vanshika. Vanshika.
Yes,
Good morning, Vanshika.
good morning, sir.
Vanshika, clear?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Is it clear to
Yes,
you?
sir.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Okay.
Yes,
Sahaj. Okay. Great, bache. Sahaj. Okay. Let me continue. Fine. I hope so. It is okay. Mubashir is there. Vaniti.
Yes, sir.
Vaniti, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Is it okay? Clear? HVZ reaction?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Okay, okay. I will just continue. I will now tell you what is the use of this red phosphorus and little bit of mechanism I am going to discuss. Before I will discuss this thing again, on WhatsApp you can ask your questions. Okay, just feel free, not even hesitate. You can post me the questions. I will try to solve it and respond to you, because you are having a board class and you should be serious about it. Okay, you can just send me the questions anytime. Give me some time. I will able to answer it. Any type of queries related, you can just talk to me. No problems at all. You can call me also. No problems. You can send me on WhatsApp. Okay, till the exams will be over. Exam should be good. Okay, and I so pattern is clear to you. Now in this reaction, what is the use of, first thing, what is the use of red phosphorus? Very, very important. Okay, they used to be asked in exams. What is the use of red phosphorus here? We are going to use red phosphorus. And what is the use of red phosphorus? So listen here. This red phosphorus react with the halogen to form phosphorus halide. Phosphorus. Okay, this is red. Red phosphorus going to react with the halogen. Okay, chlorine, bromine, two are we are considering it, and going to react to form the phosphorus halide. There will be a formation of phosphorus halide. Balancing you can do. 2 is here, 3 is here. So red phosphorus react with the halogens to form the phosphorus halides, which basically converts carboxylic acid into the acid chlorides. Okay, I will just keep writing, then I will explain it again. Don't worry. So what is going to do now? First, the red phosphorus going to react with the halogen to form phosphorus halides. Once phosphorus halide is formed, after that it is going to change CH3, CH2, C double bond O and OH. It is carboxylic acid, and I hope so it is clear to you. Here we have the alpha. Okay, this one is alpha here, and this carboxylic acid, when it is going to react with the phosphorus halide like PX3, अगर तुम्हें याद होगा तो अल्कोहल की फॉर्मेशन में और अल्काइल हैलोजेंस में we have done it. So what is going to do? I told you 3 molecules of this you are going to take. All the 3 OH will be replaced. I will get here 3 molecules of R, CH2, C double bond O, X plus there will formation of H3PO3. We are discussing the role of red phosphorus. So I'm telling you the role of red phosphorus. How we can discuss the role of red phosphorus? First thing, red phosphorus react with the halogen to form the phosphorus halides. This phosphorus halide react with the carboxylic acids to make the basically acid chlorides. Okay, there is a formation of acid chlorides. Now this acid chlorides that is formed that undergo halogenation, yeah, substitution alpha position. After this, what is going to happen? See here, I will take now one molecule R, CH2, C double bond O, X plus we are going to react with the, so this one is going to react with the halogens back. Now in this case, here the substitution is already done, already over. So substitution is going to take place at alpha R, C, H, I'm going to write out X here, C double bond O, X plus HX. And after that, in a next step, what is going to happen in fourth step? Further, R, it will be CH here, it will be X here, it will be C double bond O, X, it will react with another molecule of carboxylic acid, R, CH2, COOH. This one X now, replace this and it will become carboxylic acid again. It will be like R, CH, X will be here, it will become C double bond O, OH plus I will get R, CH2, C double bond O, and here it will be X, C double bond acid chlorides will be formed. Just see here, okay. This is a mechanism of the reaction also, and suppose you will get a question, what is the use of red phosphorus in HBZ reaction, Hell-Ballard-Zelinsky reaction? So this thing, this explanation is not needing. You need not to give this much explanation. What you have to write down? You have to write down only the red phosphorus react with the halogens to make the phosphorus halide, and phosphorus halide convert carboxylic acids into the acid chlorides, and that acid chlorides react again with the halogen to make the alpha substituted carboxylic acid. This much only you have to write down. But because I need to explain it and it is a mechanism also, just see here, red phosphorus reacted with the halogen is a formation of PX3, phosphorus trihalide. This phosphorus halide then react with the carboxylic acid. In first step, this OH will be replaced. There is a formation of acid chlorides. याद होगा तुम्हें first Darzin's reaction किया था SOCl2. याद करो वहां पे हमने we reacted with the PCl3, PCl5 also, but that is with the alcohol. With carboxylic acid also same way it is going to react. So PX3 we have done. So there is a formation of first there is a formation of this acid one. After this substitution, now OH to already take place, now halogen take place. So choice is not, there is not going to tack here, it is going to tack on this alpha. So tack on alpha will take place. Once got, now we have both acid and alpha also. So next molecule going to react with it, and this X now replaced by the OH, or X is gone here, it will just replace this OH group, will get carboxylic acid, this one, and again the same reaction. Now this one again going to react with the halogen, again replacement will take place, and process we can just continue it. This Hell-Ballard-Zelinsky reaction, and it is used, and it's basically use of your red phosphorus. Okay, how this red phosphorus is going to affect the reaction. So if you have the questions you can ask. It's important. Okay, it's very, yes please.
So in the first one step, why the halogen is not directly reacting with alpha hydrogen?
नहीं, अल्फा हाइड्रोजन से मोर प्रोबेबिलिटी इसकी है, ओके, मतलब इसका नंबर बाद में आएगा, इसकी रिएक्टिविटी इज नॉट दैट मच एज कंपेयर टू दिस. So first we have to remove somehow because it reaction take place. ऐसे suppose I'm going to write down CH3, C double bond O and OH. If I'm going to react this one with the PCl3, then this OH is going to be replaced. Reaction of carboxylic acid is going to be happen. That is due to this product is going to be formed. This bond will break. So that's why first this will take place. Once this substitution take place, then it will attack on the alpha. Otherwise, it will not attack. This is only due to the red phosphorus. Okay, Paras?
Okay, sir, but in that HVZ reaction, that instead of reacting with bromine or chlorine directly, why we are not reacting with first PCl3 or PCl5?
No, we can react actually. Then reactivity. If I'm going to react, then we have to react. We have to prepare it in a reaction condition. If suppose directly I am going to react with the PCl3 or PBr3, then in second step I am needing a halogen because it is going to react with a halogen. So we are needing a halogen also. Once there will be a replacement with the OH group, then halogen will also come. So in that case, we are not going to get this second step will be missing, and we are not going to get a product. Product will not be formed. So that's why red phosphorus and halogen we need to use it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine, no problems. Okay, let me move ahead now. This is important. Just keep in mind. So I'm going to now move to the next type reaction, that is ring substitution. Ring substitution. Samir is not there today.
I'm there, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, ring substitution. So we are going to do ring substitution. So same way only, just see here. Here I am having a carboxylic acid, C double bond O and OH. Here I am having a carboxylic acid. So this carboxylic acid, okay. Samir, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Carboxylic acid is okay. If electrophile is going to attack on it, so where it will go to the ortho, para, or meta? Suppose I will do reaction is like this. I will do. Here we have the Br2, and I am going to react this one with the FeBr3, that is Lewis acid. Then this Br will go where? At ortho, at meta, or at para?
At meta, sir.
That's great. That's great. Good work. Okay. This carbonyl group, what you have to check out, this carbonyl group C double bond O, oxygen is more electronegative. So it is electron withdrawing group. Okay. Electron withdrawing. Because it is electron withdrawing group, so incoming electrophile will go to the meta position. He is absolutely right. Meta position. If we have electron donating group, then it will go to the ortho and para position. Out of that one, para will be a major product. So here I'm going to write down C double bond O and OH, and here I'm going to place the ring substitution. It is para bromo benzoic acid. Para bromo benzoic acid ring substitution. And one more I'm going to just write down here. C double bond O and OH. I'm going to react this one with the nitrating mixture. Nitrating mixture, I hope so clear to you. Concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. So nitrating mixture, nitro group will be attached. So nitro group going to be attached at the meta position. Okay. It is meta nitro benzoic acid. Meta nitro benzoic acid. These reactions are simple one. Last reaction of this chapter, carboxylic acid. I'm going to write down just a note only because one reaction we missed in between. Okay. I've written 2 COH group with this one. This we called as your phthalic acid. Phthalic acid. pH is constant. Okay, no voice will come. Silent. pH is silent. Phthalic acid. Not phthalic. It is phthalic acid. Phthalic acid. C double bond OH COH group. Phthalic acid. And we are going to react this phthalic acid with the 2 molecules of ammonia, NH3 and NH3. So acid and base, right now we discussed there is a formation of a salt. Okay, with ammonia reaction we have done. So I will get here the salt. C double bond O, O, NH4. Here also C double bond O, O, NH4, negative and positive. And I told you when we are going to heat it, water molecule will move out and amide will be formed. So I'm going to heat this one. When I'm going to heat, then I will get C double bond O, NH2. Here also I will get C double bond O, NH2. And important thing, if strongly I'm going to heat this further, okay? Further I'm going to heat this one strongly. Further I'm going to heat this strongly. Then ammonia, NH3 will move out. NH and 1 hydrogen from here, okay? NH3 will move out. And we will get C double bond O, C double bond O, N and H. This we called as your phthalimide. PHTHA LIC phthalic imide IMIDE. Phthalimide. This we called as your phthalimide. Okay, with ammonia we are going to react and we are going to get a phthalimide. So this is basically important. Previous one also with ammonia 1 reaction only we have to do it. This is the last reaction of this carboxylic acid, aldehyde ketones and carboxylic acid 1. Exercise NCERT, you have to solve it. Questions you have to solve it. Okay, and if you have the queries, then you can revert back. You can just talk to me. You can send me the queries, no problem at all. Right now we have the time. Let me solve some questions for you. If any confusion, something you want to discuss, then you can ask. Okay, so see here, I will just start with DNP, dinitrophenylhydrazine, used for the distinction of carbonyl compounds from the non-carbonyl compounds. Then we move to the Tollens reagent. Tollens reagent is ammonical silver nitrate. Ammonical silver nitrate solution is used to react only with the aldehydes. It is specific only for the aldehydes and it will give the silver mirror. When we are going to react Tollens reagent, we are going to get a silver mirror. An important thing, this one, formic acid, first member of the carboxylic acid, also react with the Tollens reagent to give the silver mirror. Then we have done Fehling solution. Fehling solution also a mild oxidizing agent, is a mixture of Fehling solution A and Fehling solution B. Fehling solution A is aqueous copper sulfate. Fehling solution B is sodium potassium tartrate. It is used for the distinction of aldehydes, okay, given test by the aldehydes only, and it will give reddish brown PPTs, yeah, brick red PPTs. And very important thing, this Fehling solution will not react with the benzaldehyde. Here you will get the reddish brown PPTs, not going to react with the benzaldehyde. After this, we have done haloform reaction. Haloform, yeah, iodoform, necessary condition, CH3, C double bond O, CH3, C double bond O, take place